Hey there, this is Kim Offord, and I got requests to show how I use the Runway software with my Midjourney images, or how do I animate my Midjourney images that I have on my Instagram page. I post on my Facebook page, and even I'm starting now to post on TikTok. And the way that I animate some of those images is through Runway. Runway is just one of those platforms. That's what you see now. This is the dashboard for Runway. It's one of those platforms that are out there where you can do text to video or image to video. And what that means is that you can create images in Runway and then animate them, or you can upload your images. That would be image to video. You can upload images and those images will animate. There are some pros and cons to Runway. I'll talk about that a little bit, but I want to jump right into it so that you can see how I do some of the things that I do. I mostly work in Runway on image to video. I like their video animation, but I love Midjourney's images. Midjourney, in my opinion, is the number one text to image generator, AI generator, and that's the one that I use. Every others have their favorites. That's fine, no problem. But for me, it's Midjourney. So I take those Midjourney images and I put them into Runway and I animate them. So what I'm going to do is I am going to upload an image into Runway and just show you some of the perks of Runway. So now Runway is a subscription. They do have a free version, but the free version you would have a watermark on your video. If you pay for the subscription, they give you a certain amount of tokens or points that you can use over a month. And once you've used all those up, then you either have to buy some more or upgrade your subscription. I'm still not really sure on how, and I don't really pay attention to how much they take out when you actually generate a video. But with Runway, you get 4 seconds of video with each image that you prompt. Okay. So I'm going to start with an image. I'm not going to start with text. I'm going to start with an image. I'm already logged into Runway. And when you click on the start to image, you come here to this dashboard where you can upload a file or you can use previous files that you've uploaded to generate new videos. Um, right here, you have your settings where they give you the seed for this particular generation that you're going to do. You can upscale it. I don't upscale my videos. They work just fine in social media. Um, this would enhance your resolution, and then you can remove the watermark. So I have mine to remove the watermark. I have that option because I paid for it. Okay. And yeah, so that's what we have here. Here we have how much motion do you want to see with your image. 5 is the default. You can increase it or decrease it. I never generally go over 6 because I have found that when you go over 6 or 7, your images start to get distorted. Now, if that's the type of video that you want to create, go for it. But I usually have mine at 4 or 5, depending on what it is that I'm trying to animate. Now, what I love about about Runway is that you have director's mode. So you can control what the motion of the camera. Once you put the image in, you can pan to the left or to the right, up or down. You can, have your tilt, and then here's the other pan rather, and then you can roll the image. You can zoom in or zoom out on the image. So it's really just like being a director, having your cameras. And then you can also control the motion brush. And I'll show you a little bit about the motion brush as I get into this a little bit more. So the one video that everyone keeps asking me, how did you do that? I had a lot of realtors that ask me, how did I do my downsizing video? And I will drop that video so that you can take a look at it. This is how I did it. There were portions of the video that were done in other AI softwares, but the animation of the background and the characters were done here in Runway. So I'm going to upload one of the images just to give you an example so that you can see. And I'm going to do a couple of different things with the images. So I always just drag and drop my images here. And this one was an image of just an animated Pixar type house that I had in the video. Now, with this house, I want to animate this house. Well, Kim, how you animate the house? Well, there are several ways that we can create some animation. So what I want to do is I'm going to click on motion brush because I don't want to move the camera. I just want there to be some movement in the background. So maybe the clouds and the trees are blowing because maybe there's wind blowing. So we would go here to the motion brush, click on your motion brush, and we start out, you get this little cursor here, and you have all of your different motion canvases. So what does this mean? So brush 1 is in pink. So I can use the brush to create motion in different images in different images in this one image. So you have the trees, you have the clouds, maybe my clouds are moving, maybe my trees are blowing, the leaves on the trees are blowing. So everything is not going to move in the same direction. So I needed to move in different directions. So Runway has come up with this really great director's mode that you can control. So I'm going to create some motion in the clouds. And the way that I do that, I'm going to make that brush number 1. And then you just click on it and you just highlight what you want to move. So I want this cloud to move. I want all of my clouds actually to move in a certain direction. You don't have to be exact with it. Runway kind of picks up on what you want, and you can decrease the paintbrush rather there. So I want all of my clouds to move in a certain direction. All right. So maybe I'll have some clouds back here moving as well. All right. So those are my clouds. Well, let's say I want my trees to kind of blow in the wind. Well, I may not want them to move like the clouds are going to move. So I would choose a different brush. But let's go back to the clouds because now I have to designate it's not enough for me to just highlight it. It doesn't know I want it to do by just highlighting. So now I'm going to go here to my directional motion and I want my clouds to move horizontally and I want them to move to the left. And I want them to move pretty rapidly because I want the viewer to be able to see that change. And as you can see, when I move it, it changes the dial here, the number. You can manually change it here, or you could just move your dial. Okay. So I want my clouds to move horizontally. So you also have a vertical axis, so they can go up or down. Proximity means, so in other words, shrinking or expanding. And then for the ambient, the noise. So let's say like these little leaves that are falling here. If there were, let's say there was snow, I could highlight the snow and it would give it an ambient of snow falling down. Now, I could go through and highlight these leaves that are here on the ground and make them blow. But what we're going to do is we're going to go here to brush number 2. And I'm going to highlight a little bit of the trees. because I want the trees. Now, I have no idea how this is all going to turn out. So you all are seeing this in real time. So I'm just going to highlight some of them. I'm not going to do all of them. Okay, get this one. And then, like right here, I feel like I messed up. You can always just click here and it'll take it away. Okay. All right. And we're going to highlight this a little bit and a little bit there. We'll get that too. Okay. So now we know that I've told Runway that I want the leaves to move. So now I need to tell it, how do I want those leaves to move? Right. So I think I want them to blow up a little bit. Now I could have them blowing in the opposite direction of these clouds, but since the clouds are going in that direction, you know, I can do both. I can have them blow a little bit to the left, and I want them to blow up a little bit. And then let's turn the ambient noise on. Let's turn that on a little bit, and let's see if it'll pick up on these leaves on the ground. All right, so there I have my settings, and as you can see, I could have given direction to up to 5 different objects, different directions to 5 different objects in this one video. So now I'm done. So I'm going to click done. So I've given it the direction. And if I want to give it even more direction, I can click here on image plus description just to tell Runway a little bit more about what it is that I'm trying to do. And so I'm going to just say here, clouds floating through the sky on a windy day. And that'll kind of pick up on, I could have said the trees are blowing in the wind as well, um, or whatever. But I'm going to just say clouds floating through the sky on a windy day. And let's see what happens. So what happens is once you have all of your description in, if you decide to do a description or just leave it as an image, then you would go here to click on generate 4 seconds. Now it's going to generate 4 seconds of video. And you will have the option to expand the video. If I'm not mistaken, I think you can expand up to 12 seconds. Or you can just recreate the video if you're not happy with what it is that it produced. Now, if I had done text to video, I would have been able to see a free preview. But because I'm doing image to video, the free preview button is not turned on. So let's click generate 4 seconds. And I want to bring your attention before I do that to something right here. Here are your credits. I only have 243 seconds left of video. So while this is working, okay, so this is now working. And so while this is working, I'm going to talk about real quick the pros and the cons of Runway. I love Runway. I've been doing everything in Runway. Now, there's another one out there, Pika, Pika, that a lot of people, creators use, and they like it. I've tried it, and I haven't gone back to it. But with Runway, the pros are I love the director's mode. I love what it can do when it comes to video and animating my images and bringing my images to life. What the cons would be are the credits, which is what I've said before. If you don't load up enough credits into Runway, and you're producing a lot of these videos, you will run out very quickly. The other con is that you really don't know what you're going to get. So you have to be kind of good at directing it and determining, how you want things to go. So, okay, so now it's done. It has done everything that I asked it to do theoretically, and we can play the video. So I don't know what's going to happen here. And you'll see it in live time that's the pros and the cons. It's one of the cons. You don't know what you're going to get. So let's see what we got. Oh, it's not bad. Not bad. Okay. So my clouds are moving, my trees are moving, they're moving up as I had said. And what's really great about this about Runway is that the clouds are moving, and so it dimmed the sun. It basically, reproduced what it would look like if the clouds were rolling in. Okay. So that I do like about Runway. So that's that video. That's one way that you can create animation. All right, let's stop this video. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is people. Okay, Kim, how do you animate your people? Well, same way. I do it the same exact way. So I'm going to go ahead and upload an image again from that um from that video that I did. I'm going to drop that image there from the downsizing video. I'm going to take this language out because I'm not using that anymore. And now we have people. And so same thing. We can go into the motion brush here, tap anywhere. So now I have people. And let's say I want to animate, this one little girl here, right? And so I would do it the same way. I would highlight her face. Maybe I want expressions, on her face. Maybe I want to animate her expression and make her smile even more. Okay. Now, if I wanted all of them to smile, of course, I could animate them all. I could highlight them all with the same brush. I could do them all with the same brush, right? So let's try him. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to get here. And that's, again, one of the cons. But the pro is that I can highlight and do what I want to do. Now, I can't just highlight their faces. I have to give them some direction again here. So what I'm going to do is, because I want them to smile, that's going to be an upward, a vertical brush here. And so I'm going to just give it a little bit up. I'm just going to say up just a little bit because I don't want their faces to become distorted. That's not what I want. I don't want their faces to be distorted. Again, we got some clouds back here. I could, if I wanted, I could change the brush, make the clouds move in the background. Or if I wanted, I could just not use the brush at all and just give Runway direction that I want the children to smile. It might pick up on it. Um, you have to just try it out. So let's see. So we're going to do done. And I'm going to say here, the children smile. Okay. So now we have that there. We have the children smiling. I could use the camera motion and I could, move the camera a little bit. Let's see what happens. Let's zoom out a little bit. So we're going to zoom out a little bit with the camera and then we save it. And same thing here. And if you notice, my seconds are going down. So we're going to generate 4 seconds and we'll move down to our latest and we'll see what happens. Now, I do a trial and error and I do use up a lot of seconds just doing a lot of trial and error. I would try this the way that I just did it with the brush, but then I would also try it without using the brush in the director's mode and just give direction here through the image plus the description for Runway. Runway, I love it. They have some really advanced features, but they also have Runway Television, where a lot of creators and users can go and upload their videos. And gosh, these people, they are creating, these creators are phenomenal. They're creating whole mini movies and many, alternate worlds and all of that. So, okay, so here we are. Here's our video. We're ready. I don't know what's going to happen once again, but let's see. Oh, not bad. Not bad. You see, we're moving out and they're smiling. As a matter of fact, we got him too. He smiled and blinked his eyes. So that's great. So that is pretty much how I used Runway to animate my smart downsizing video. Now, I used other AI as well to animate other areas of it. And yeah, maybe I'll do a video where I show the whole entire how I created the whole entire video, but that is how you animate using Runway, and just play with it. Use the free version for a little while. You'll have the watermark once you get used to it. Once you get the hang of it and you understand how to direct your images, then you will be able to move forward, I would say then, and get the paid version so that you're not using all of your credits just to experiment. Hope that helps, and come back. I'll have some more videos at another time.